This video is brought to you by ESYS MobiMover. It's a free iPhone transfer software that allows you to transfer all your iPhone data to another iPhone or iPad. You can transfer all your iPhone data including application, videos, photos and many more and restore it to the computer or another iPhone. And links in the description, you can check the tool from there. Now first you have to connect your device and you will see all your data with the different categories including pictures, contacts, videos, message, music file and many more. Now from the first option you can transfer all your data in the single click directly to the computer PC, and in the next option you can reverse this process and restore all your data from PC to iPhone or iPad. And in the third option you will get the feature to transfer the data between two iPhone or iPad. If you buy a new phone and you want to transfer all your data from your old phone to new phone, you can try this option. And you will get one special feature in that you can backup and restore all your iPhone WhatsApp data, and you can also transfer all your WhatsApp data from old iPhone to new iPhone very easily. You need to just connect your device, and from the first option you can take a backup of all your WhatsApp data, and from the second option you can restore it to the iPhone or iPad, and in the third option you can transfer all your old iPhone WhatsApp data to the new iPhone. For that you just need to connect both old and new iPhone together, and it will start backupping all WhatsApp data from old to new one, and you can follow the instruction on the screen. So if you are interested in this tool, you can check the description links. Now let's continue today's topic. Today I will show you how you can jailbreak iOS 14 on A10 and A11 supported devices on Windows machine using Linux distribution. On my last video I've shown you guys how to jailbreak with the patched Jackrain version on macOS method. In that video I have explained each and everything about this patch version. If you don't know how to use it, first watch that video. You will get everything information in that video. I will give links in the description and in the I button also. So before this video, watch that video because there are some limitation of this patch version. So watch that video carefully first and then start this process. Now this patch version support iPhone 7, 7 Plus and so on devices I will display on the screen. That means all A10 and A11 devices are supported with this patch version, but I recommend you don't use this patch on your primary device. Use on your testing device or spare device, because as I told you in the start, there are some limitation of this method. So watch the macOS method first. In that I have cleared everything related to this patch version. And if you want to jailbreak A9 and lower models including 5S, 6, 6 Plus and other stuff, you can watch this video. This will help you to jailbreak on Windows machine. So without wasting further time, let's start the process. Now to perform this task, you will need some files. Just go to your browser and download the Xubuntu file. It's a ISO file for Linux distribution and it's a open source. You can use any Linux distribution. Like if you want to use Ubuntu, you can use that. But Xubuntu is less in size as compared to Ubuntu. So I will prefer you to use Xubuntu, that is less in size and more easy. Now you just need to download the latest version of Xubuntu, that is 20.10, or you can also install the stable version or the old version. It's up to you. You can download from the torrent, or you can also download directly ISO file from the given servers. You can select any server according to your country. Now you will see the ISO file link, and the size of the ISO file link is less. Let me just open this. Now you will see it's around 1.7 GB. So you can download it. And let me show you the Ubuntu file size. Just over to official Ubuntu website and go to the download section and download the latest version. Now you will see it's double in the size as compared to Xubuntu. So it's up to you. You can use any of them. Both are live distribution. You can just run it live ISO file. No need to install it. Just run it live and you can install the Jackrain. Now I will download the Xubuntu file. Now I have downloaded both these files. You can use any of these files because method is same for both the Linux distribution. Now you will need another tool to make the ISO file bootable in USB pen drive. For that you will need Belinetcher software, or you can use the Rufus tool. It's up to you. Both the tools are completely free. You can just go to Google and search it on this software. You will get the official website. Just download it from there. Alright, now we downloaded all the required files. Now let me just make a USB bootable. For that you will need a pen drive. I will reuse the Rufus tool and the Xubuntu file. Now just open the Rufus software. Now you will need a pen drive, so I have already inserted that. Now just import the ISO file. Now select the Xubuntu ISO file, or if you use Ubuntu you can use the Ubuntu ISO file. Now select your partition type. If you have GPT partition type, select that. If you have MBR, you can select that. It's depend on your PC. If your PC support legacy BIOS, that is old, you can select MBR, and if you have a new UEFI BIOS, you can select GPT also. So you can try that according to your PC configuration. Now it's done. Now you have to just restart your PC and go to your BIOS settings or boot menu settings and select your pen drive and boot from it. The boot menu shortcut key or BIOS shortcut key may be different for your PC model, so you can search according to that. Now select your pen drive. After that you will get the Xubuntu bootloader. Now you have to select the first option, and if you are using Ubuntu image, you will get the live Ubuntu option, so you can select according to that. Now it will start processing, so you have to just wait for it. Now you will get two options, one is install Xubuntu or other is try Xubuntu. So you have to select the first option, that is try Xubuntu. We don't want to install the whole operating system, we just want to run it live from the USB stick. And this whole process is running from the live environment of the Linux, so no data loss. You will get the live environment from the USB stick. When your work is done, you just need to restart your PC and remove your USB stick, and all your Windows data will be back. So now we are entering the Xubuntu. Now the first thing you need to connect to the internet. So just go to the Wi-Fi option and connect with the Wi-Fi, and if you have the LAN Ethernet connection, you can connect with that. After that you have to go to my blog, or I will give the links in the description. You can download the Checkra patch version from there. So just download it. It's around 12 to 13 MB file. Or if you already have this Checkra file, you can just copy it in any pen drive and you can access it from here, or you can also access the Checkra file from your internal hard disk. So there are so many options to do that. Now it's downloaded. Just go to your download section. For that, just go to your desktop again and you will get the home directory icon on that. Now open it. Now you will get the download folder. Just open it and you will get the Checkra file. So the same process is for Ubuntu also, so you can follow the same process for both the live distribution. Now paste it on your desktop. Now it's here. Now we need to give some permission to this file. Now open the terminal. Now you need to locate this file first. So there are some commands you need to run. I will give all these commands on my blog also, so you can just directly copy paste here, and if you know the Linux command, it will be easy, you can directly type that. So now the first you will need to change the default root password. So for that you need to just write the command, and you can just directly copy paste from my blog. You need to type sudo, then space, and then type PASSWD, then give space again, and then type root, and then hit on enter. It will ask you to type password, and type any password you want. It will not show here. You need to just type the password and hit on enter, and it will ask you again to retype it, and after that just hit on enter again, and it will change the root password. And the next command is sudo apt get update. If you use Linux very much, you know all these commands. It's very basic commands to operate the Linux and update the packages. So what basically this command does, it will update all these packages. So just run it command, it will not take too much time. So make sure that you have connected to internet to run all these commands, because these commands require internet to download the latest packages. Now as you can see, it's downloading the latest packages in the repository. Now the next command is to install USB MUXD. This USB MUXD is already pre-installed in the Linux distribution by default, but still if the Linux distribution don't have it, you have to just install it again or update the package. So you need to just install it. Just copy paste this command and it will install or update the USB MUXD package. Now it's done. As you can see, I have already USB MUXD installed, because the default Linux distribution, the latest version, have already installed USB MUXD. So you don't need to install again, but still if you don't have it, you can refresh the packages from this command. So now everything is done. Now we need to locate the Checkra file from the desktop. Now first we need to give the super user permission, so for that just type su on the terminal and hit on enter, and it will ask you to type the root permission password you have set on the first step. Now after that you need to just locate the checkra1n file, so for that we need to change the directory first. We need to locate to the desktop. For that you need to just type cd space desktop and hit on enter. Sorry, you need to write the desktop D capital. After that hit on enter. Now the directory is changed to the desktop. As you can see, the desktop is here. Now we need to access this file. For that type list command ls, hit on enter, and you will see the checkra1n. Now this checkra1n file is on read permission. We need to give read and write full permission to this file. For that just type chmod space +x space and the file name, that is checkra1n, and hit on enter. It will give the full read write permission to access this file. It's a common commands of all the Linux. If you use the Linux in the past, you know all these commands. Now as you can see, the color is changed into green. Before that it's a different color. So now the permission is done. Now you need to run this file. For that /checkra1n space -c. It will run the checkra1n in the terminal mode. Now on the terminal it asking for to connect your device into DFU mode to proceed to the jailbreak. And you have to jailbreak in the CLI command line interface mode only. You don't need to jailbreak in the GUI mode. It will not work. If you directly run the checkra1n, it will work like GUI mode, but you don't need to use this. You need to add -c and it will run in the CLI mode. You have to use this. And I'm assuming that all you guys already know how to put your device into DFU mode, and still if you don't know how to put your device into DFU mode, there are some key combination for that. You need to just search on the internet according to your device model. You will get all the details to put your device into DFU mode. There are some devices in which home button and the power button required, and in some devices like iPhone 7 series you need to press the side wake up button and the volume down button to get into DFU mode. So you can search according to that on the internet. Now my device is getting jailbreak and now it's done. Now as you can see, it's showing all done. If you face any error like -67 and other, you need to try again because this is the patch version of checkra1n. So it's not that stable like the official checkra1n release. So you need to try 2-3 times to get success. So that's all for today. I hope you gain some knowledge with this video and it will clear your concept like how to install the patch version on the Linux machine. And I will give all these links in the description, or you can check out my blog. You will get all these links. And if you're interested in the macOS version, you can check out my recent video. In that I have explained each and everything about this patch version, because after this patch version there are some issues related to SEP encryption, and that you can't set passcode, fingerprint or touch ID, face ID like that. So I don't recommend you to install this patch version on your primary device, or if you are willing to install, you can install it on the testing device, or if you can wait for the official checkra1n release, that will be better for you. That is more stable and secure as compared to this patch version. So just hit the like button if you get this video informative, and if you're new here, subscribe to the channel. So till then, goodbye, take care and peace out.